What up?
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day out there.
You see him in the background.
Yes,
So
we're back. We have guests actually in the studio with us today, we're just peeking over at them. So if you see us looking, it's because we
have our loved ones with us today.
Yes, we're happy to be seeing them, seeing us in the live, right? Okay.
Yeah. I'm so cheesy.
I know, right? So, you have JJ here.
I have my son here, you guys.
And then I have my older sister, Leah, here.
Hi, Leah.
She's like my second mom. My first mom is busy today. She's booked and busy.
She is busy.
So,
my mom
she's stepping in. So today, what are we talking about? Something you should be very happy
motherhood.
About. Yes.
It's going to be a sappy episode, I think.
Yeah.
But loving.
I'm loving. I think.
Yes. It's going to touch some heartstrings.
Because mothers bring a lot to the table. I think we learn from both parents, obviously, but
there's something about a mama.
The resilience, the tenacity, the strength, especially me being, I don't have any kids yet, but me being 32. Yes, I said my age because I ain't scared.
She in her prime.
That it's amazing how they were running and moving at this age,
yes.
Especially our parents with these kids.
Yes. More than one.
More than one.
More than one.
Where they do that at? Okay.
Yeah, that's wild. It's funny because I actually looked at an old, you know how Facebook reminds you of the memories from years ago. So I was looking at a Facebook post and one of them said, "I don't think I'm ever having kids, y'all." I laughed so hard. I was like, "Wow."
Yeah.
I really thought that because I think I was going through
a phase. Wow, you said that in one of your memories?
Yes.
That's actually one of my questions I was going to ask too.
Yes, I was like, I don't think I'm going to have kids, and it's because I was watching a documentary of childbirth, and I was like.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Why would somebody do that?
I know.
But
willingly.
So, and then, yeah.
Yeah, they did it willingly, like, more than once. And, wow. It's crazy. But yes. I guess, too, like, so you know how there's some women who always wanted to be a mom?
Yes, like, they always knew that they just wanted to be
did you know that?
I knew I always wanted... It wasn't something that I was like, oh my God, I want to be a mom so bad. But I always knew that I wanted children.
Okay.
I always knew that I wanted to have a family.
Okay.
I wanted to be a mother. Yeah, so yeah. Yeah. I always knew I wanted to have
think my
children.
maternal instincts literally just kicked in. Like the past probably like year or two. I think once I got settled in life, then I was like, oh, this is what you do next. You have family. I get it. Okay. But like if I was in my 20s, somebody was like talking about kids, I'd be like, do you know us and my siblings?
But you know, there are some people like that. Some people just really don't.
I didn't think I was gonna have kids. I didn't think I would want kids. I didn't think, honestly, I was like, I'm okay if I don't have. But then
I have a friend like that. She's very indifferent about it. She's like, even married, she's like, if it happens, it happens. And I'm like, let's unpack this. Like, why? Not that there's a problem with it. But I think she was just like, I feel like that's another responsibility outside of yourself, and
it's true. It's a selfless act.
It's very selfless.
It's a selfless. I think too, and I always tell people too, like, because they're like, well, you would have just been fine no matter what if you had a kid, and it's like, yeah, but I also know my mental capacity before being a mother, and I didn't have it all together mentally before embarking on a journey like that. Now, balls to the wall.
Balls to the wall.
No pun intended.
Girl. Somebody go get this girl.
So if somebody was like, what is motherhood to you? Like, even before you actually became mother, if somebody was like, oh, what's motherhood to you? What would you like define that as?
I feel like if somebody asked me before I had children, I'd be like, I don't know. What are you talking about? The hell? But now I feel like motherhood, if I could define it now, I would define it as a humbling experience. Because every day I'm humbled, seriously. And it's like, because I feel like I'm getting taught every single day by a tiny human.
Yes.
Somebody very much younger than me.
Yes.
But it's like, it comes in like prophetic ways. Like,
and they help you assess your emotions.
Like,
yeah. Because it's through a child's eyes. Right. So you get to see it through like an innocent way. You're like, you know what?
It's like pure.
Your perspective. I lost that somewhere down the line.
And it's not like I go asking my kid, like, so what do you think about this about my life? But like, he has really great advice without trying to give advice. They choose lessons. Yeah, yes. Definitely. Yeah. I always say like my extensions, like my nephews and like even like my boyfriend's daughter is like, you hear them talk and like there's just so
just where their mind is, with the things that make them happy.
Right.
You know, it's like, wow, you can learn so much from children. And I think, but I also feel like you have to be able to be reflective of yourself to know that you can learn from your children.
Oh, that's true too.
I think
that's very true.
Yeah, because, you know.
That's a good point.
Yeah, depending on how you were raised or the way you're raising your children, it might be like, oh, you're a kid, I'm an adult. But kids literally help you to be reflective.
Think, because that was a really good
point.
Yeah.
I definitely have witnessed, like, wow, you know what, I didn't think about it that way.
Yeah. That's facts.
So one of our friends actually just had a baby, and I wanted to say, she actually, if she's watching this, she actually did a post the other day that I really loved.
I know what you're talking about, I think.
Transparent. Oh my God. Yeah. And that's like going through my body, because the way she was so transparent and honest about motherhood, I wish everybody.
As a new mom.
I wish everybody was like that when they have a kid. Because I think that, you know, when you go through like a traumatic situation, you kind of repress certain things.
Absolutely.
So I think that birth is traumatic. Giving birth is traumatic. So I think that whole process in between, when you're giving birth and then like also getting acclimated to the baby, I feel like a lot of times you talk to them and they're like, oh, it's beautiful. And you're like, okay. So we go into these life changes, like having kids, and you're like, this is not what the F they said it was going to be like.
Facts.
And I felt like when she did that, I had to like step aside and tell her like, yo, awesome. Thank you. Because there are a lot of misconceptions about motherhood.
There are.
I think people think it's this cute thing, this cute baby. Yes. You're going to go like this. You might put it on your bosom a little bit. You might say, no, don't touch that. And, you know, and then it's over. But, like, if somebody was like, what are these misconceptions about, like, motherhood? What would you say? Because I thought that was very excellent that she broke it down.
She did. And I'm very proud of her for doing that.
Because it's true.
Shout out to you if you're watching.
Yeah, because it was true.
I think a misconception of motherhood is that there is a certain way to do it.
Okay.
There is no rule book to it. Whatever fits for you, fits for you. And I think that's the biggest misconception, that people think that there's this rule book and that if you do things a certain way, that you're going to be okay. And sometimes it just doesn't work like that. And also another misconception is you're ready. There's a time for you to be ready for motherhood.
Yeah.
You're never ready. Things come as they go.
Yeah, and it's
you learn as you go.
It's funny because I feel like where I'm at in my life, I get that question like, "Oh, are you ready?" And I'm just like, "My bank account ready."
Right.
I don't know how to answer that.
Right. and no. And I was thinking about this on the drive over. Yes. No, you're absolutely right. And I was thinking about this on the drive over because I'm like, yes, you have to be financially stable, right? But then you still have people who are financially stable who lose their damn minds when they become a mother. And it's not, because it's not just about that. Mothering is so much more than that. And I feel like it's a rebirth of yourself when you have a child.
I could see that.
You know what I mean?
I could, and then everything you didn't get right, or things that you may want to tweak from your childhood, you could do that with your child.
And it's so weird because all your flaws in this tiny person is now beautiful.
Yeah.
But you see it in yourself and it's a flaw to you.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's a reflection. Yeah. I think if somebody, I don't have any kids yet, but if somebody was like, what's a misconception? I think from experiencing and talking to everybody around me who are mothers, I think the misconception is that it, like you said, kind of like that it's easy. The misconception is that it's mommy and daddy. Let me be something very honest. I'm a woman. Like, I'm a woman. And I enjoy being domesticated. But I think that we go into this this role and we think that we're going to have all this help. Yeah. It's you.
Yeah.
You carry the evidence.
Yeah.
You carry the brunt.
Yeah.
And I think something that my partner said to me, as long as you know that as a woman,
you can hold
just by default.
So smart.
You are the one. Like, really, yeah, it's a family thing, but you are the woman that's taking the brunt of that stress.
Right.
As long as you're okay with that,
right,
do your thing.
Right.
Be a parent. But I think people are like, I thought I was going to have help. And it's like, well, you got to think in the back of your mind, like, this is a you thing.
Right. And there's somebody else that I follow. I think you definitely follow her too. And she made a post the other day, and I was like, damn, she's so right. Because, after you have a baby, people come see the baby. They're asking how you're doing.
Yes.
And then it's
I know what post talk about.
But then who holds the mother?
Yes.
Because it's like, you need support after that too. like you said, it's a traumatic event.
But this is a Western thing. When I was talking to somebody over the weekend about what other cultures do, I think Indian culture does it. I think Hispanic culture does it. I forgot what other culture does it, but I believe it's like 30 days of like
Asian.
Yeah. It's 30 days of doing nothing.
Yeah.
Literally, you lay in the bed because they understand that after these 30 days, the trajectory is looking like a lot of you.
Yeah.
So they literally come together, community comes together, and they take care of this mama. They help nurse the baby. Now, when she has to feed, they'll take the baby to the mother, of course, to feed. But baths, the baby having a mess, anything like that, feedings, they'll bring it to the mother, but they take care of the brunt of it. Yeah. Laundry, cooking. You don't cook. They make the soup. They make the things to help you heal.
Because you forget to eat, you forget to shower, you forget to sleep.
But why is that not pushed? You know, it's crazy. You would think it'd be, because then we'll be better people.
Because people want rainbows and butterfly stories. It looks better that way. But let me tell you something. When I had my baby, I put a flashlight in the refrigerator. I don't know why.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Like,
baby brain.
It was okay.
Baby brain.
Yeah. I was literally sitting at the kitchen table like, wow, this is really hard.
Yeah.
This is like really hard. And I remember like going to my mother because I don't think I suffered from postpartum depression, but I definitely had something called the baby blues. Okay. Which is kind of like a transition where you're becoming a mom, you're trying to figure it out, and you're like sad about it because you're like, what the hell am I doing? Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing.
Did you ever feel like, what did I get myself into?
Not when I got up. No, I felt more like, I hope I don't fuck him up. I hope I don't mess him up.
Can we expound on that?
I'm tired. I don't know what I'm doing right now. Is he breathing? Is he still breathing? Is he breathing? That's what was going through my mind.
I really want to focus on what you just said. I don't want to F him up.
Yeah.
So where some people have the thoughts of like, I want to be a mother because I want to do this and this. I had the opposite. I was like, I don't want to be a mother because I don't want to mess him up.
And I think that that would probably make you a good mother.
Yeah.
Because
now, in retrospect.
Yeah. Because you are so concerned about another person's well-being.
Yes. No. Like, I always tell you, we've always had conversations about motherhood. And the reason why I'm not a mother yet is because I take it as a very, like, noble, it's a gift from God. She
does, y'all. She did. And it is.
It's a gift from God. Right. And, I want them to know that I'm fully focused on them. Still while exercising my individuality. I think now that I know myself, I know exactly the things I need to do to get back to me. You know, I can balance life and if I can juggle all these things, I could definitely juggle having a family. That's how I feel now. But for a long time, you know, I was like, I don't want to ruin this person.
And that's normal, though. I feel like that's normal, especially as a woman growing into a woman. Yeah. Growing into your womanhood, I think that's completely
And having
normal.
your own trauma, because I think I just saw certain things where I was like, I don't want my kids to feel like they have to figure it out. Right. Because they didn't ask to be here. Right. I'm very adamant on kids didn't ask to be here.
No, absolutely. 1,000%.
They didn't ask to be here. So
you figure it out, not them.
You know? But just also learning, seeing my mother. Yeah. And pick up, you know, just doing it. I think even at brunch today, we were talking about, it was like, yo, like, you juggled, like, all these personalities, all these people.
Yeah.
How?
All these little people.
Because we were also talking
too.
about how parents of this day probably do things to kind of calm themselves, like maybe CBD, smoke a little weed, take a little drink.
And that makes you a better parent. I don't care what nobody says.
We were talking about it.
Do what you need to do so you don't lose your damn mind.
But that's honest.
It is.
Because people be like, oh no, it's like,
you need a little drinky drink. Not too much drinky drink. But if you need a little drinky drink after work, get yourself a drinky drink. If you need a little, do that. Because, shoot. Because don't let these people judge you because they're not living your life.
No, seriously. And my sister was like, I wonder how many people, you know, tap a little something.
Because I know a lot of mothers and daddies.
Yeah, before they got to deal with the day of children.
Yeah, so that brings me to my next point.
Yeah.
What do you take from your mother?
Oh my God. So I actually wrote her a card, and actually, when I wrote her the card, I was like, oh my God, this is what I'm going to say if I get a question like this. So that was perfect that you're asking me this. So my mother in particular teaches me strength. And not like Black woman, oh, she's strong. I mean, strength, like her storyline. How did you not end up on oxygen? Snapped. That's one. So I say strength.
Wait.
She ain't never lied. My sister in the back right there, she know. How'd you not end up on Snap?
Oxygen, though. Okay. Oxygen.
So strength is resilience.
Yes. She is. Shout out to you.
Beauty, because my mom has one thing I could always remember is, although my mom had excuse my language, everybody, is my mom had a shitload, a schoolhouse of kids. It's 4 of us. I think that's a shitload in this day and age.
Inflation's real.
Right. I think the fact that she was able to get these little things that helped made her happy. So the shoes and the purses, and she would get her nails done all the time. Her hair was always done. My mom never looked dirty, crusty, musty. My mom always looked put together. She was the parent. I was like, you come to the parent teacher conference.
You know what?
You
Why
come.
she like this, Lord?
You come. You come, because you check the material. All right, they see what's up. So my mom was always like this regal woman, you know? So I learned those things from her. I definitely learned to be you.
Yeah.
Even if people don't like it, oh well. Yeah. Be you. Because my mom...
She's very feminine.
My mom is very feminine, very gaudy, very feminine, very like pink, you know? So if you hear me call myself Diva. She's Queen Diva. Yeah. So I'm Diva Junior. So that's what my mom teach me. Yeah.
I feel like my mom teaches me resilience too.
Yeah.
I do.
These women different.
They built different.
They was built different
for real. And not just like the black Tyler Perry mother storyline. No. I mean, like, how the F did you build this up for yourself? Kind of.
How?
You know? And also, my mom just cracked the code. I feel like she broke, ceilings. In her own right, she broke a generational curse. Yeah. You know, because she came from trauma herself. And she rose above that. But also, I feel like my mom is a person who can make something out of nothing. Not like we were dirt poor or whatever growing up, right? But, like, she was one to, like, make something grand. Yeah. And it was like this much. And she was by any means, I feel like what your mom was by any means necessary. And she is a mama bear for real. And she did it with a smile. Yeah. She did it with a smile. She did what she did. And you would never know. Yo, your mom, there was sometimes I'll be like, yo, your mom be doing that? That's crazy. And like, she's not afraid to like get her hands dirty. No. Definitely. And I think that's why I'm so when I got my apartment, I was like doing all this stuff and my dad came over to help me and he wasn't even helping me. I was doing it. So he was like, why you need me here? I'm like, oh, well, you know, Mercedes. Yeah. Thank you, Mom. Me no have no ring yet, so me have to do, me have to learn, me have to grow. You have to grow. It's true. So yeah, my mom teaches me that. Yeah, Mama. Our moms are like the prototype to the woman we are, because I feel like we could take from them and also know our individuality, because they didn't have a chance to have as much individuality. Right. So that's another thing I thought it in my head, like. When I was taking a shower this week, it's funny that when we talked about because there were so many things that came to my head. Like I was in the shower because that's when a lot of my thoughts come to me, and I was thinking about how our parents had dreams and hopes and our parents and foresight. But look how our parents did crack the code. Our moms did crack the code because look where we're at. They paved the way. So my ears going off. They paved the way so we could do things like this. But we're doing it for them because look about how they just said, you know what? I know I want to do this. I know I want to do that. My mom used to like model sometimes. So I'm pretty sure she would have went. My mom would have probably went really far with that. Mama Edith modeled? She had little lookbooks and everything. My mom used to be like a fashionista. Wow. But she had children because that's what you're taught. You know, you get married, you have children. I'm 32. She was working on her 4th child by then. I have none. So, and she used to still sew and stuff, but she's... Yeah, my mom had 3 children by my age. Well, no, 2. She was working on me. But yeah. And they were still going. Yeah. So I take things from them, but I also... It brings me to the next question. What are things you feel like you do now that honor what you learned from your mother? That's a good question. And when I read that question, I was like, damn, that's a good one. I think... So this is going to kind of be on the flip side. Because I think I take my mother's traumas. So me and my mother did not have like the best relationship growing up. Which is honest, yeah, I'm being very transparent right now, right? I mean, now I never understood her growing up. I understand her now. Yeah, and that's real. I take her traumas and what she went through and what we went through as a mother-daughter duo, and I flip it. So my mom has taught me to be more graceful in my motherhood. Yeah. Path. Oh, that's a good one. More graceful and let my child express himself the way that he wants to, and let him know that he is okay to question things. Yes. Questioning things is okay. It's not rude. It's not. It's normal. It's our brain. Yeah. I want you to question things. Their neurons are working. I want you to be intelligent. That's how you grow your wisdom and your knowledge. And I think that's something that
they didn't have the mental capacity to do because they just had a lot going on.
They had a lot going on, and they weren't able to. They had to suppress it because how they were brought up.
And it was like, you're the kid. I'm the parent. That's it.
I'm right, you're wrong.
So
it's kind of like Matilda. You're big and I'm big, you're small.
I always think about that scene from Matilda because I was raised kind of like, I was raised like that.
Me too.
And when it's funny because when my partner came with his daughter, I would be like, you ask too many questions. It's a no. Like, you be doing too much. And it was funny because one day it was me and I will never forget, we all went to the Poconos. Mm-hmm. Leo was with us. My baby Leo. Happy Mother's Day to Marilis. And
we don't have the pictures. Never mind.
I know. But long story short, we're in the hotel, and we're all together as family. And Aaliyah goes, "I know you say it's a no, but how did that work for you?" And I say,
"Ooh, girl.
She's right." Because I heard no's.
Y'all be dropping gems.
Yeah, because she said no. I did a lot of things because I heard the word no. It wasn't, and there wasn't like there was no rationale behind no. So I would just try to figure out my own.
Yeah.
So now, in retrospect, and they're emotionally more. I feel like they're just way more emotionally intelligent than we are.
And these children built different too. They are like the things that this little kid over here be asking me. I'm just like, what?
Was I there?
You've been here before.
Yeah.
You have definitely been here before.
Definitely. Yeah. So yeah, when it comes to honoring, I think for me, when it comes to honoring my mom is like the way I live.
Yeah.
I feel like my mom would have been that woman.
Yeah.
If she didn't have kids.
Yeah.
Because my mom worked at Newsweek. Like my mom went to college. Like she would have been living like me. I think if she did things differently, she probably would have been living like me. Probably had a few different endeavors, you know.
Definitely.
But at the same, she loved being a wife, and you ask her, she'd be like, "I love being a mother, and I love being a wife." And
I'm like, and I believe that though.
I believe her 100%.
I believe that. And can I backpedal really quick because I'm gonna take what you just said and also build on that because I also feel like I am a woman that my mom wishes she could be because she always relied on my daddy.
Yeah.
You know, like it's that old school thing.
Yeah, of course, as you should. I mean,
she's like, you got your own bank account. You have your own heart. Like my mom didn't start driving until she was 42.
I remember that.
So like things like that. Yeah. You know, my mom is like.
Our mom started because my mom was driving later in her life too. She started driving literally in her 30s.
Yeah, I remember when I first got my first apartment. JJ was 2, and she was like, "You're gonna move out." I'm like, "Yeah, what am I gonna do here?"
It was foreign. Yeah.
It's 2 women in the same household.
Yeah.
What are you doing? You gonna try to tell me what to do? No. So she was just very shocked. I feel like she was very shocked.
And like how? Oh my God. Yeah. Aren't you scared?
And even things like a bank card, you know, like little things like that. And our parents are foreign too, so it's a little different. Maybe people watching whose parents aren't foreign, you're like, what? But like that's a big thing for them, you know.
But I also love that she was able to drop those things on your father, which gave her more time to be a mother.
She did, but also my mother was a working mom too.
She was.
If it wasn't for my grandmother, I always say this, I would have been a latchkey kid. Yeah. I think I would have.
Yeah, because she worked very hard, and she worked long. I remember.
Long hours.
I remember. Woo! All right. So, what's the hardest thing about motherhood to you?
What's the hardest thing about motherhood? Oh, wow. I might get emotional.
Oh, it's okay. I didn't bring my tissues.
No, I think just the hardest thing about motherhood, it's not so much hard, it's pressure. It's because you want your child to be better than you, obviously, right? But I want my child to look back and know that I enjoyed him.
Yes.
Like, I enjoyed him to the fullest, and it wasn't ever a burden on me.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, I want him to know, like, my mom loved me, man. My mom, we did fun things together. And it's just the pressure of, like...
And she took care of me. She had a plan for me.
But it's balancing my life.
Yeah.
Like, because he's always going to come first, no matter what is my end goal. You know what I mean? So I think that it's more pressure than the hard part.
What's the easiest?
This is going to sound so corny. And I know people out there are like, oh, good for you. But, like, I feel like he makes being a mom so easy. He does because... And everybody's story is different. Everybody's motherhood journey is different. But my kid, I'm so blessed because I feel like he just makes it so easy.
Yeah, I didn't make it easy for my mom at all.
I mean, we only 8 years younger. Yeah. Them teenage years ain't come yet.
Well, yeah, because I was quiet until like 13, and then I was like, I ain't gotta let nobody. And then 18, it was even worse. You would say, when I turn 18, I can do what I want. So I really do. I really look at my mom and I'm like, wow, if you still had all this grace for me, I need to make sure I have grace for my kids.
And that's what I think. In my opinion, this is my personal opinion.
Yeah.
My personal opinion, don't come for me because I didn't send for you, is that unconditional love, the only form of unconditional love to me is your children.
I can see that. I can definitely see that 100%.
They could do anything. And even your child towards you. You can yell at them. You could do whatever, reprimand them, and they're always going to love you.
That's another thing I said to her. She taught me unconditional. That's what I said in the car. She taught me unconditional love.
You know?
Because it's not always going to be, you know, rainbows and you know, butterflies. It's gonna be hard times. And I think that through the hard times, she taught me to just keep loving. And I think that's what all aspects of who she runs into, is that she just kills them with kindness and love. Yeah. You know, so, you know, what goes to say, there are different forms of mothers. There's, you know.
There's no wrong way to do it.
No,
unless you're doing it wrong.
There's bonus moms.
But...
There's bonus moms. There's birth moms. You have surrogate moms. Yeah. You have moms
aunties.
You have aunties. You have moms who lost. You know, you have moms who had to take another route. You know what I'm saying? I for sure was not a person who was not ready for motherhood. There were certain things in my life that would happen, and I was like, this is not the time. And I chose,
and that's okay too.
And I still, you know, I think a lot of people walk around, especially women who, you know, are trying to get their lives together and trying to be stable. My biggest thing for me growing up was like, I know my parents took care of us and they did the best they could with what they got, but I could do better because I have forward thinking and they're not here yet. Mm-hmm. So before I get married and all these different things, there are certain things I want implemented in my life. Mm-hmm. So when that time came, I felt like it would be smoother for me. Yeah. And I also on top of that, I mentally wanted to know myself. I mentally want to see myself, see all my cracks, see why my coconut may be cracked a little bit sometimes, assess that, and grow from there. Now, if a baby comes up, it's all game. I'm ready. Yeah. I can't wait. Listen, y'all not gonna see me. I mean, y'all gonna see me, but the world not gonna see me. I'm gonna take care of my baby.
I'm done with her.
Bye.
But yes, I will. Ooh, 2 on the clock. I also agree with that, and I feel like one of the biggest. What's this child doing? One of the biggest things that motherhood has taught me. Yeah. Is just that. What you just said, and it's helped me navigate myself for another human being.
So you can be healthy for them.
So I could be healthy.
Because it's not their fault. They're not here. They didn't ask to be here.
Yeah, I wanted you here.
Yeah.
So it is my duty. It makes me mad.
That's another thing too. I think we don't talk about that enough.
But like, it makes me mad
because you wanted them.
When people bring children into the world and then just toss them away, and I'm just like, how's way?
It has to be somewhere on your conscience though.
You don't miss your kid?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's different. It's different.
Especially when a mother does it, though.
Yeah. That's why for me, I wanted to make sure that I was ready to be selfless. Yeah. I think right now in my life, I'm definitely ready to be selfless. Yeah. I think watching a lot of women around me helped me to like really like be ready. I think watching my mom and still be like, I love you. And I'm like, I'm a wench sometimes. like I know that she can love me past my pains. You know, like she unconditionally loves me because I know I'm not easy. And you know, your moms, your grandmothers, like, I think that we forget because we're jaded sometimes. I think we forget, like, they didn't know.
They didn't. And they had their own lives before us.
They had their own lives. And even if they did have their own lives, marriage and kids was the top priority in that generation. Yeah. So they didn't have the tools and have the time to really know themselves and what ticks them and what doesn't tick them, what makes them happy when they're feeling sad. Yeah. What are things I could do to get back to my happy place? They didn't really have time for all that.
They didn't have time for that. And you know what's funny? I got checked the other day by my father because, because I was saying, I think I was like in a little tit for tat for my mother, and I said, well, you don't know mom like that. He said, hold on. I knew her before you even knew you. Yeah. And I was like, you know what? And he was like, your mother has always been this way. Yeah. So you need to get with it or get lost, girl. I was like, wow, you're right.
It's true.
Mama, they've had their own lives.
And we got to love them past their pain.
Past their pain, because they love us past our pain.
My sister, I always call her the therapist sister because she is a therapist sister. And I'm always like, you know, she's always the person I'm like, you know, be my middle person. Even like sometimes when I tell you, I'm like, give me perspective. She's
very grounded.
Yeah, very grounded. And I think she's diplomatic. I think she's fair. Mm-hmm. And I know that I can be hardened, you know, because I'm like, I see things a certain way, And it's just like, listen, you know, your mom did the best she could, what she had. And when I think about it, as little black girls, little brown girls, a little black boy, she did pretty well. Nobody is lacking.
She did damn good.
She did damn good. Nobody is a crackhead.
Nobody on the street.
Nobody is out here walking the streets, going to the period tonight. You know.
Why you like this?
Because it's true. So I really thank her for her strength. And even now, she still be doing things. She wrote up a new Lexus. I'm like, girl.
Mama got a new Lexus.
Yes. Like, she just never stops challenging herself. And I think that's really awesome. You know?
That's
so, yeah, I ain't scared of nothing. Not even motherhood. No, not with my
Motherhood
mama.
the best hood.
Motherhood the best hood. I'm ready.
Gang, gang.
Dap me in.
Happy Mother's Day,
Happy
guys.
Mother's Day. Let's shout out some moms.
Okay.
Edith Farrell, I love you.
Mercedes Greaves, Charlotte Ware, my grandma. Oh, my grandma.
Oh my God, Abuelita in heaven, Rosa Guevara.
Yes.
You know, you gave me some setters today. That's why I'm here. Part of you's here because of you.
Yes, we got Amaryllis.
Amaryllis Farrell. I'm sorry for the government. Sorry for the government. I got Jennifer.
Jennifer and Gwen.
Okay. Who else we got?
Melissa. Let's see.
Oh my God.
Paige.
She
was supposed to be
gonna be here soon.
But she'll be here.
Who else we got? Oh my God. Rosanna.
Oh, Rosanna.
Happy Mother's Day.
Oh, Lord. I didn't hit nobody.
You got to text them.
A lot of mommies. We know a lot of mommies. Just all the mommies.
Natalie from NBC Home Care. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's
Who
Day.
else do we got?
My auntie.
Auntie's out there. Oh my God, my aunt. Dia Mary. Happy Mother's Day. Who else? All my aunts
Tanya
out there.
Nicole.
Ooh.
You know a lot though.
I know. I'm about to go to the phone book.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, generically, Happy Mother's Day. I've just had this song. I need to channel and get it out on the microphone.
Mama.
Yeah. B-A-B-Y. This goes out to all my baby mamas. I got love for all my baby mamas.
Dear Mama. We got Dear Mama.
Oh my God, Dear Mama.
Can we play that?
So, this episode was Dear Mama. It's Ode to Motherhood.
It is.
So yeah, whether you are a new mother, you had your kids, they're grown. Even if you suffer loss, even if you know,
if you're trying, if you're a mother figure, any of that.
New mom, happy Mother's Day to you.
Pregnant.
I hope you feel powerful in all that you're doing. I hope you feel powerful carrying life.
Because who run the world?
Girls.
It's true.
You're not alone. I hope you have a community to like lean on. If not, you know, find us. We're always here. And happy Mother's Day. We really wanted to do this episode to kind of shout out the women, because women are resilient. Women are so strong. No offense to men's out there.
But we were created to do things that you can't do.
Divine feminine.
You know?
For real.
Yes, queen, yes, queen, yes, queen.
All right. So, any lasting words?
No, I just love all the mamas. I love moms.
Yes. Shout out to since we're talking about mamas, and she's a mama and she's a black owned. Let's do Moon Fruit Flower.
Oh, yes.
Shout out to Moon Fruit, who's the mama.
Yes,
Who
that's
else?
Paige.
Oh my gosh, why am I forgetting about Karina? Karina's a mama. She does the cakes.
Oh, Karina.
Karina LCC.
Karina's Joy.
Yes. She does cakes and stuff. She does catering. So shout her out.
She does a lot of donations to her church too. So
my older sister's like a second mom to me. So shout out Majestic Adornment. Yeah. So that is some black owned, women owned businesses on Mother's Day. And you know, happy Mother's Day, guys. When you be seeing it, it will be past, but still bring yourself back there.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, thanks for tuning in.
Because we all here because of a mama. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, we all here because of a mama. It's true.
All right, we love you.